Good morning, good morning, good morning, and hopefully you can hear me. Just checking that I wasn't on mute. It was a funny thing yesterday morning. I was part of a Zoom webinar, and as I entered, the presenter couldn't hear them, and they had forgotten to check their mute button and had done half an hour already. Interesting, very interesting. The technology is wonderful that we have it here for our use, but we still do need to make sure that every little item is clicked, ticked, move the boxes wherever we need to, and there we go. And I was just entering in a web address to put into one of the destinations. So I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And it's so wonderful to be here. Let's go over to the cards because it is the purpose that we're here for. Tap into your psychic senses and connect in with your spirit guides, your spiritual realm in whatever way you do. So here we go with the cards. Whoops, I was just slightly out of line. I thought I'd check that, but there you go. Right, there's beautiful bright sunshine coming in the window. That's how it looks, so light over my table. And it is looking a little faded here, but it's purely the gorgeous sunshine. Gilda Breville Lenormand deck by Ciro Marchetti up the top. That is how it's pronounced. And we've got the expanded edition. It's a gorgeous deck. Love it. We haven't got any of the extras cards from this one. We've got 3 cards from the main part of the deck, which is the snake. We've got the birds and we've got the rider. A wonderful little spread. And here are the owl cards. My specials. I love them. They're gorgeous. So there are so many reasons to be happy. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those 3. Gorgeous little creatures. They are. Right, I'll zoom in now. Let's go to the cards in their fullness. I'll see if there. Line them up like that. There we go. Now, birds first, because that's the energy. The way that I read them is it's not always in line. This is the home space. This is the workspace. And we've got that general central energies that I allocate pretty much to just being the main theme for the day. I could call it anything, like any of these. It could be past, present, and future if I desired, but I read them this way so that we've got a general theme from what is central. And then it is what else is most important in our lives. It is our home and it is our work. So that's how I'm going to read them. Tap into that energy now as you're looking at this bird card and bringing that sense of, oh, this is the main theme for my day today. So it is beautiful wise owls. They're a gorgeous bird. As you know, I already really, really love them. There we've got the owl on the wall, and I've got plenty on my desk and in the window and all sorts. They're a wise bird. Now, birds in themselves, as this card is representing birds, but we've got the owls, it is about communication. So what we're doing is really taking the time to honour how we communicate and then the doing of the communicating, because we've got initially here the owl sitting in the back that is not disappeared or anything. It's not hiding in a corner or whatnot, doing nothing. It is actively listening, looking, sensing all that it has around it. And it's taking in all of that information. It's really having the present moment awareness, and that's what we need to be doing too when we are communicating, because the whole of being ourselves is a communication system. We've got the 5 or 6 senses, or whatever other senses we may have that science and the human realm still hasn't discovered, especially when you start working in other dimensions. Let me put it that way. So here we have that owl being completely fully attentive to the present moment in its environment where it is, taking in all of that it needs to before it will act, take off, take the leap, fly, and do what needs to be done. This we assume is because it's seen the mouse and wants to go and eat. It's acting on what its observations and use of its senses has given it the moment to move and act and do and be what its normal the realm of being an owl as a bird. It is within this physical world, and it does have needs, and it has what it's wanting to do, as far as desires as well. It might just be taking off to fly free and observe from a different perspective as well. So put that into action, still keeping the observations happening using all the senses as the owl is in flight. So we've got all the aspects of how we are in being who we are as our central theme today. Be sure and know and trust yourself with all that you're gathering as your inner senses, and the outer senses, the touch, feel, and all that. Be sure of who you are as you're taking off and doing what you need to be today. Build in yourself that confidence and trust to take whatever step you need to that gets what you're here for. What are you doing? What's your purpose today? And we are doing these from that central theme of ourself in our day today. Okay, so that's what the hours is about this morning. And probably every single step of the way of every day, really, but that's the message we're getting today. And good morning, Shaz. Lovely to see you here. So next we're going to go to the snake. The snake is in our home space. Now that's a different place and space, a different perspective. Do you feel that you're being invaded by something that is other than what you want in your household? It is talking, it speaks to us about those that are family first, then friends. It's speaking to us about our own inner sense of self-defense and needing to feel protective because it is the home space. But we do have that around us at home that is our fruits and what we've built and have as part of that aspect that we are wanting to protect, or that we are being so fruitful that there's looking like there's plenty to share here. But be discerning, I think, is the word for this in, how much are we sharing? Do we need to actually keep some things a little bit secret so that it's not out and open for everybody to just grab as they want? It is that sense I'm feeling of a little bit of self-preservation here. So certainly don't give everything away. Hold some and protect some that is for your use within your family realm. So if you're really good at gifting monies and sharing your resources and all of that, not for all of it to be given away. You do need to be looking at after those who are close to home, those who are within your family, so that you're taking notice and being observant of all the things that are happening with your family, and checking in occasionally with them as to what's happening for them, so that you can be that protector as well if need be. You're having trouble hearing me on my page? Well, that's something to do with, I have no idea. My microphone is definitely on. I'll just shift the angle of it. Other than that, it's something to do with your end of it or the technology that I have no control over. Bit of a shame about that, isn't it? Thanks, Shaz, for letting me know. So that's what you're going to need to do with our energies today in the home space. So, and it's not just about that initial, the Adam and Eve and the snake story type of thing. It's not just about that, because I know the first time I opened this deck, well, any of the Lenormand decks, and saw the snake in this pose, I sort of thought, oh, it does look like Adam and, the snake in the Eve story and the tree of wisdom, the fruits from the tree, because in the guidebook it probably is what that means. But it's not about that, although we do need to be discerning of our wisdom and how we're keeping an eye on what is close to us in our home space. So be wise around that one, yes. And Shaz moved back to my time to here. Now that's interesting. I've got no idea why the settings would be different. Hopefully I'll check that out when I go back to the replay afterwards in the edits. I have not set anything differently, not that I'm aware of. Interesting. Thanks for that. Now let's go over to the rider, the last card, and the one that's in our workspace. New messages, new journey. It is about messages. The rider is actually giving us, you see the little message bag sitting on the hip there as she's riding off on the carousel horse over the rainbow. Beautiful message, I think. It's all the possibilities. It's whatever we need to actually put into place as we're moving forward and traveling our journey for today in work. Because this is the benefits, not benefits, this is the focus of work energies. It's setting ourselves free from the merry-go-round in this one, because I see this carousel horse as being totally free of that is the device, and taking your own initiative, really following what is the message that you're receiving at work today. Expect to get some form of message that you're needing to follow through with, that you're needing to act on, and take it appropriately as to what you see is the action that's needed. And look at all the potentials of whatever that is going to be, because it's not going to be something that's restricted to a straight line answer. This one is going to need a little bit of analysis, see what you're needing to focus on, and then take the steps to move forward and ride that wave and make it a rainbow wave. It's absolutely beautiful, the energy of this message that's going to be coming in. So a wonderful day. It has the rainbow in it. It's perfect. Yes, it might seem to have a snake and you don't like snakes, but put the energy of yourself into the position of the snake in its natural feel, and it's working for the benefit of all in our home space today. Keeping yourself in that beautiful observant mode and being ready to act as and when you need to take off in any point of time, being present in these moments. Okay, so let Spirit guide you along whatever you need to learn and know through all of those spaces and places today. So lovely reading. I really enjoyed seeing those cards, particularly laying on the table. And I hope that it benefits for you too, the message that that's bringing for you. Keep being the best you, put it all into place, put it all into action. And for those moments that you do need to rest and observe, do that too, being you. And I hope that you have good flow through your day. Be ready to fly free and set everything into motion as you need it to. So thank you. Keep being the best you, as I've already said, and we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.